floor of the Washington State House of Representatives in Olympia. I'm State Representative Hans Zeiger. Well, it's official. The 2012 legislature will need a special session to get its work done. We adjourned on March 8th without resolving our $1.1 billion budget shortfall. It's not that we didn't have time. We knew that we had a budget problem last fall. And if you remember back to December's special session, it was to get a head start on the work that we would need to do in the 60-day regular session. But now we're heading into the 5th special session in the last 2 years. As somebody said when we adjourned sine die on Thursday, sine die, that's Latin for see you on Monday. While the Senate put forth a bipartisan budget that was imperfect but sustainable, the House budget was unsustainable. Meanwhile, my party offered a budget in the House that is balanced and prioritized, that fully funds basic education, preserves funding for public safety, and protects our most vulnerable citizens. My concern with the proposed spending plan passed by the House majority is that it does not address the shortfall and pushes education payments into the next biennium for future legislatures to deal with. Some say that it could still leave us with a $2 billion shortfall in the next budget cycle. We simply can't budget that way. As our State Senator Jim Castema said before he voted for the Senate budget last week, there's a time for campaigning for what you want and a time for governing with what you have. The citizens of Washington have had to budget accordingly during the difficult economic times, and the legislature should do the same. Well, I hope we can come to a quick resolution and end this special session early. On a positive note, we were able to pass a bipartisan transportation budget in the closing minutes of the regular session that includes some funding for local projects like the Meridian Street Puyallup River Bridge. We also secured $1.1 million in the transportation budget for the much-needed widening of the 31st Avenue Southwest overpass behind the South Hill Mall. This will be a step forward in congestion relief on South Hill. And I'm glad to say that 4 of my bills were passed during the legislative session and are headed onto the governor's desk. I enjoyed working with people in both parties to pass these bills, and thanks to this bipartisan work, we'll have more accountability and efficiency in higher education, more flexibility for our local governments and transit agencies, and better recognition for our state's decorated veterans. Well, as we head into special session next week, I hope you'll keep in touch. Thank you so much for giving me the privilege of public service.